Hey everyone, Noah Tempestari here, and in this video I wanted to share my how-to on a strength spell that I have created on my own. This was actually inspired by a sister of ours on Instagram. She requested something that would help her to motivate her and give her the courage to move forward with, into the next step of her life, to take that leap of faith. So I use this strength spell for many different purposes, whether I need strength in a tough time, whether I need motivation to persevere towards a goal, or I need courage in a time of need, things like that. So all around, it's a strength spell, and like I said, I created it on my own. And this is just to give you an idea. You're more than welcome to use a spell exactly as it is. You can tweak it however you like, and actually I do advise that because you want to make it your own, and it's just going to work that much better for you. So in this spell I use candles, crystals, and herbs. And using color correspondences, I use red and orange candles. These are chime candles, and red is all about strength and passion and courage, and orange is kind of the same for me. At least for me, it's perseverance, determination, motivation, things like that. That's what that means to me. So these two candles together, they come with a bang. So they make a great team. So the crystals that I'll be using in this spell are sunstone. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom in for you guys. Sunstone, red tiger's eye, Turritella agate, there we go, and brown jasper. And the herbs that we'll be using are cedar, cinnamon chips, and bay leaf. And so here I just had to show you the candles that I'm using. These are chime candles, like I said. Here I already have it set up. I do not have chime candle holders anymore. I had two of them. One broke, and the other one I couldn't dig out all of the wax that had melted into it, so I just threw it away. So what I did was I took this candle holder plate thing, and I took the candles and I melted the bottom, and then I stuck them on that melted wax, and then I just let it cool, so now that's stuck. And you want them to be together like this. This spell requires a twin flame, which means it's a flame that is lit onto two candles at the exact same time, creating one flame that is going to burn on each of these candles. So it's a very powerful, for me, it's a very powerful method when it comes to candle magic, and strength is the perfect, it's the perfect reason why I would use it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tongue-tied right now. I'm very tired. I'm on about like 4 hours of sleep, and it's kind of late at night, but I wanted to get something, out for this week because I don't know if I'll be able to next week. And these are just things that I have already promised that I would show, and I do it for you guys because I love you guys. So the first things first, if you have your candle holders, then you can use your candle holders. If you don't, you can do this. You can take a plate, and you can take the bottom of the candles, and what you want to do is light them and burn it. And so the drippings are going to fall on that plate, and then you just take the candles and you put it on the drippings, and then you blow onto it to cool the wax. It's going to harden, and then the candles are going to stay anchored and secure, and they're going to stay upright. And so that's the first thing that you want to do. The next thing that you want to do is combine your herbs together. So I'm just going to take maybe one whole leaf. Let's see here. I'm drawn to using two, so I'm going to use two. And I'm not going to use I'm not going to grind it. I'm just going to crush it with my hands here. Just to prove that you don't need a mortar and pestle. Like I'm always saying, you do not need the tools. You do not need the tools. so I'm just doing it with my hands here. And what I like to do, or actually I'll do that at the end. So then so that's my bay leaf here, the 2 bay leaves that I crushed up with my hands. And then I'm gonna take some cinnamon chips and I'm gonna throw them in there as well. And the last thing I'm gonna take is the cedar. You don't need very much because you're just gonna sprinkle this around the candles. So there's your mixture of your herbs, all the energies. They mix well together. They complement they complement one another. I'm very sorry. They complement one another, and this is just going to promote all around strength and motivation, confidence, courage, even prosperity and success, because you do need success when it comes to strength and and overcoming an obstacle, overcoming an obstacle. Sorry, again, it is very late at night and I'm like really tired. So you just want to mix the herbs, and you can do this with your fingers. You can do it in your hands like this. And what I wanted to do earlier that I waited for was until they were all mixed together. You want to enchant. You pretty much want to awaken the energies within these herbs. They're in a dormant state because they are, they're just chilling in their bags or their jars or whatever. And you want to awaken these energies and kind of mix in your own, mix in your own essence and your own energies, and just activate them. So you want to enchant your herbs. And like I mentioned in my other spell video, as you're prepping your spell, throughout the entire process of your spell, you want to envision your goal. You want to have your intention set in your mind, and you want to project that energy through your hands and into your working. And so that's what I'm doing right now, as I'm doing this into the herbs. And you want to take your herbs and you want to sprinkle it clockwise around your candles. Be careful, if you're doing this method of melting the wax, be careful not to bump the candle, because it could potentially like knock over. Then you gotta start the whole process over again. Oops, I almost did easy. Okay. And so right now I'm drawn to further enchanting, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take my hands and I like to envision colored energy. So red energy, orange energy, and I'm just going to mesh with this very well. And like I said, you're taking that energy from wherever the source may be that you feel. Mine is from my heart or the mind. That energy source is just going to flow through my hands and onto this working and into this working. I can already feel it, like if I'm making an energy bubble or a ball, I can already kind of feel it. And like, for me, I'm sensitive to energies, and it always makes these 2 fingers, my ring fingers, it makes them tingle. And even when I bring them together, they kind of like, it tickles. That's how I feel the energy. And like when I go like this, I can feel it in these fingers. It's kind of funny. Okay, so that's pretty good. So now you want to set up the spell. And this could be on your altar, it could be on a table like this. This is for demonstration purposes only, so I'm doing it on this table. And so what you want to do is your 4 tea light candles, you want to set them in the 4 directions: north, south, east, and west. And like I said, this is for demonstration purposes: north, south, east, and west. Or actually, it is set. I am in the right direction. I'm facing south right now. So for demonstration purposes, we'll just say this is north, south, east, and west, okay? So, and I'm a perfectionist, I'm gonna kind of like center it. I'm so bad, you guys. Alright, that looks kind of good. Alright. And so, the reasoning that I chose to set 4 candles in the 4 directions is so that it promotes focus and clarity. You know, you don't want any blocks. You want to be able to see in every direction so that you can overcome that obstacle, like I said. So that's why I set them in the 4 directions. The 4 candles are also going to be set with an affirmation. And so before I light these candles and get it going, I'm going to set my crystals, and I'm going to set this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. And the crystals are optional. You don't have to have the crystals, but I like to use them in this spell. So I'm going to center this again, and if you can see, let me see if I can zoom in. If you can see, I kind of brought the wicks together so that when I light it, it's going to be one flame that's going to separate onto the 2 candles, the twin flame. So let me go ahead and zoom back out. And focus. Okay. So starting in the northern direction, you want to light this candle first, and your affirmation is, I am strong. And then you want to go on the east direction. I'm so sorry. To the eastern direction, and the affirmation for this one is, I am confident. And then you want to go to the southern direction, and the affirmation is, I can. And then you want to go to the western direction, and the affirmation is, I will. So I am strong, I am confident, I can, and I will. And you want to say that with confidence. You want to say that, you know, in a loud voice, like a commanding voice. And then this is the tricky part, is lighting the twin flames. You want it to be from one light. You don't want it to be, you don't want to light this candle first and then that one, or this one first and then that one. You want to light it at the exact same time. That is a twin flame. And if one lights first and then the other one, as long as you have the fire in between, before you take the fire away, you want to make sure that they're both lit, and that's the same thing. It's still one flame, and it's burning on both of those candles. These candles are connected, as you can see. I purposely position them together. It's a twin flame. It's going to burn down. It may not burn down evenly because the orange candle is actually a little bit bigger than the red one, but it's still a twin flame candle. And you know, even identical twins, one's bigger than the other. So okay, so now I'll light the twin flame. See how they kind of split? Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys caught that, but it kind of split. Okay. Now you guys can see it better. So they were together like this, and then as I lit it, the wicks just went like that and they split, and that's perfect. That's exactly what you want to happen. That means that the spell's going to work just fine. And as the spell's burning, it's going to combine the flame, and then it's going to separate, and that's completely fine too. So the incantation that I wrote is as follows. And you want to recite this after you light the twin flame. Twin flame burning strong, help me move my life along. I will this magic to go its length, to help me awaken my inner strength. Any blocks shall now be broken, so it is said, so it is spoken. And I'll say that one more time, and I'll also put it in the description box below. So you recite this incantation after you light the twin flame. Twin flame burning strong, help me move my life along. I will this magic to go its length, to help me awaken my inner strength. Any blocks shall now be broken, so it is said, so it is spoken. And that's it, your spell is complete. You just want to let the candles burn all the way down and go out on their own. And these candles are going to go, the chime candles are going to go out before the tea light candles. Tea light candles usually last anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. And you just want to let them burn out on their own. You can either sit here. I actually do, personally, I sit here with the chime candles. As they burn down, I am in full meditation. I am envisioning my goal, and I am envisioning what, the steps it's going to take to get there and what I need to do in order to achieve it and things like that. Like I said, it depends on the purpose. Like if I need strength in a tough time, that's what I'll focus on. If I need courage in a time of need, that's what I'm going to focus on. If I need motivation, like right now, this is a perfect spell that I would use for my weight loss journey. I would use this spell definitely. So I would sit here with the twin flame burning and just sit here in meditation and just further empower it with my energy and envision my goal. And that's what's going to be sent out into the universe to manifest. And you'll be surprised the impact that this spell has on your life, once it's been casted. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you understood all the steps and directions that I have given. If you have any further questions about this particular spell, please leave them in the comment section below. Feel free to reach me on Instagram, here on YouTube, Kik, or Snapchat, where we can talk one-on-one. We can come up with alternatives if you don't have these items. I can help you set up the spell for a different purpose, a specific purpose. There are also other things that I can name that you can add to this spell. You can inscribe on the candles themselves the affirmations, like on the tea light candles. You can put strength and strength on either side of these candles. Whatever you are drawn to doing, this is my spell, and I'm sharing it with you. You are more than welcome to use it exactly how I have shown. You can tweak it however you want. You can add things, take away things, whatever. It's not set in stone. This spell it's a strength spell, and it's still going to work if you were to take the crystals away or take some of the herbs away, or however, whatever resonates with you, that's what you want to work with, and it's going to work for you as long as you believe it. So thank you all for tuning in. Much love and many blessings.